for the week of May 30th, 2021. Welcome to Patch Notes, the show where we bring you the video game news you need to know about. My name is Cesar Torres.
Hey everyone, it's me, Roro.
Let's jump into your weekly Patch Notes. McKenna!
Hi.
Today's May 30th. You know what that means?
One more day in May.
It's the end of McKenna month.
It's the
May.
end of May.
It is also National Creativity Day. Get the creative juices flowing type of day.
Burst with creativity.
Are you gonna do some cross stitching creatively?
Perhaps.
Today is also National Hole in My Bucket Day.
What does that mean?
There's a hole in my bucket. You know where you put the water and at the top, there's a hole. That's every bucket comes with one hole.
Oh, I'm stupid.
No, but like the picture I'm looking at, there's like holes coming out of the side.
Okay,
So I'm
that's
guessing
what
that's
I
what
was
that means.
imagining.
But it's good that there's a hole in the bucket because it's also National Water a Flower Day. So it's like the holes can water
They
the
can
flowers.
Water the flowers. Flowers need water.
They do need water.
They need water. That's important.
This Thursday, PlayStation gave us an extended look at gameplay of Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. In case you weren't able to catch it, here are some details. The game takes place 1,000 years into the future and humans are no longer the superior species. A disease called the Red Blight is threatening to take out life on Earth, and Aloy is searching to find a solution. There's a lot of new monsters as well as another new tribe with the ability to take over machines that will get in your way. The combat seems amplified from the previous games, including many new combat items, new arrows, the ability to pick up dropped weapons, and even a finisher move. That was the coolest thing in the trailer, by the way. Another big addition to the game is the ability to dive into the water with a diving mask. We do not know how long you can swim for yet, but it's still really cool to be able to explore all the underwater areas in the game. All that being said, it was really disappointing not to see any accessibility options in the game, not even in game captions. The game comes out this year, so they might show off some accessibility features at a later date, but still, it's weird that there weren't even any subtitles.
So really quickly to like point this out, the way I figured this out was through Steve Saylor. And
Yes.
I was at his Twitch stream and it was very interesting to like see him talk about it. Did you see
I did.
the state of play?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Did you notice that there were no subtitles?
Yeah, I noticed that. I don't know why they didn't do that as well as you brought up here. I just thought it was like, I know a lot of the times they try to keep the screen very clear, but in this day and age, it's just like a no-brainer to have
It's like a standard.
that. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I think they just wanted to make it like, oh, look how there's nothing on the screen. There's barely a HUD. Look how much you could see. But for accessibility reasons and just for me, even I can hear and I don't need it, but I would like it even.
Yeah, I am able to hearing, and I love subtitles. So it was just really weird for me to like. I think I was streaming it and I was just like, wow, they really did not put any subtitles in this and it looks weird.
We also got a lot and very little Sonic news, so let's run through it. First, they announced a concert of Sonic music that will be live streamed for free on June 23rd. Next, we got a Sonic collaboration for a ton of games, including Tokyo 2020, 2 Point Hospital, and even Last Judgment. Next, they announced a Sonic Colors remasters that'll be releasing September 7th. Next, we got an update on 2 Sonic animation projects, Sonic Colors Rise of the Wisp, which is a 2-part animation that will be short form, will premiere this summer, and Sonic Prime, which is a Netflix show, is expected to premiere next year in 2022. Then they gave us updates for their mobile games, as well as merchandise updates, including some sick chains from King Ice. Finally, we were given a teaser for a new Sonic game coming out in 2022, and that is all we know. A new Sonic game that looks like it's a new 3D game, the character model of classic Sonic. Other than that, we don't know anything.
I lovingly refer to that game as Sonic Ragnarok. Because it has that like little symbol at the end. But for the record, I want it to be known, I write the scripts, so I'm the one that put in sick chains, but King Ice, because man, those chains look so good.
I honestly like the Tails one a lot.
Me too. So yeah, from these 2 events, what are you looking forward to like the most?
I'm a big Sonic guy. I really like Sonic. I'm super excited for whatever the next Sonic is going to be in 2022. As we said here, they didn't show a lot. Sonic Ragnarok is going to be who knows what it's going to be about. I saw a lot of people calling it Sonic Zap as well because of how the symbol looks like at the end.
It kind of looks like it spells out Zap.
Yeah. I also saw that there was a leak that it might be called Sonic Rangers as well, but nothing official.
People have been saying like the shows and the games go in tandem with like their naming conventions. So there's another theory that I saw that it might be called Sonic Prime.
That would be cool. Kind of like how Sonic Boom was a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, cool. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Definitely excited, and I'm definitely excited for Colors because I haven't played that one yet. I've heard it's one of the more liked Sonic games, so I'm excited to play it on the
colorful
Switch.
Game. Earlier this week, we got a closer look at Far Cry 6, so let's take a look at it, shall we? Far Cry 6 takes place in the fictional country of Yara and follows protagonist Dani Rojas, a guerrilla fighter, as she tries to take down dictator El Presidente Anton Castillo. Guerrilla means small independent group taking part in irregular fighting, and in this case, they are revolutionaries trying to topple a dictatorship, which is very interesting because Ubisoft has claimed that this game is not trying to send a political message, even though the country of Yara is very heavily inspired by the country of Cuba, to the point that the developers actually spent a month in Cuba researching and speaking to guerrilla fighters from the 1950s. So if the timeline is correct, those guerrilla fighters from the 1950s were the same ones that overthrew Fulgencio Batista and put Fidel Castro in power. Narrative director Navid Havari said, "We realize it's a complicated island and our game doesn't want to make a political statement about what's happening in Cuba specifically. Beyond that, we're drawing inspiration from guerrilla movements around the world and throughout history. For us, it felt like doing the island of Yara would help us tell that story while being very open with our politics and inspiration." So it'll be interesting what exactly the story will be. But for now, let's talk about what else we saw in the game. This game seems to include a variety of weapons to use, from a CD gun to a flamethrower, and very interesting, unique vehicles as well, such as old-fashioned American cars that have been modified on this island of Yara. A lot of interesting animals as well, with a wide range of variety, from horses to crocodiles, and most importantly, chorizo. Looks like a wild and insane experience, and will release October 7th. But let's be honest, there's only one good reason to get the game. Isn't that right, chorizo? Good boy. Microsoft announced a presentation for Xbox and Bethesda is happening on June 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and 10 a.m. Pacific Time. So since that's not really much of a story in itself, let's run down the list of presentations we do know are happening as of right now. On June 5th, we have the Guerrilla Collective. On June 10th, we have the Summer Games Fest opening showcase featuring Weezer. On June 12th, we have the Guerrilla Collective Part 2 and an Ubisoft Forward. On June 13th, we have the Xbox and Bethesda presentation, and on June 16th, we have Steam Next Fest. And also, on July 22nd, we have an EA Play Live, but we don't really know much about that. With all that being said, we have a lot of presentations we know are happening, but we still don't have a date for. For example, there's supposed to be a PlayStation State of Play at some point for Summer Games Fest. We don't know when that's happening. There's supposed to be a Nintendo event for E3, and a bunch of other third-party companies like Konami and Capcom have signed on as well for these events. What would you like to see from these presentations? What company would you like to see? Is there a game you want to see? Let me know. To give a really quick update on the IGN Palestine story, it seems the request to remove all reference to Palestine actually came from inside IGN, specifically Chief Content Officer Per Schneider, who took the blame, which, if true, completely dismisses all intervention from parent companies Ziff Davis and G2 Global. There's a lot to the story, and I recommend going over to Fanbyte and reading up on it. So, this is my whole screen, right? Anything look weird on my camera?
Black borders?
How about now?
Oh, snap!
So what I want to do for the show now is like do game reviews and also like play the game, and McKenna, maybe you can ask me some questions, and Rose here too, so if he has any questions he can ask me too. I want to talk about like Knockout City, the game that like kind of swept the world off its feet.
Good. It's amazing.
So basically it's a dodgeball game, and it's honestly some of the most fun I've had in a while. The first week I played, there were no server issues, and there's just such a level of like fun and creativity that they put into it. What are your opening thoughts on the game, McKenna?
I thought it was really fun. Like I could easily figure out how to do things, but still have like things I need to figure out. Like the bomb thing, I'm still trying to figure that out. But I think it's really fun and it's really addicting.
Ro, have you checked out the game?
Yeah, I'm having a blast with it so far. Like McKenna was saying, the bomb ball was hard to figure out at first, but now it's like one of my favorite balls to use in the game. The cage ball too, where you can like trap someone. It's like when you get somebody in there and then you just throw them off the map. It is the best, like chaotic, evil feeling to just like yeet somebody off the map. I love it so much. But like you were saying, Caesar, like it hasn't had any real issues. It's like a pretty great launch for a multiplayer game.
And it's still like in not demo, but trial. So the day this episode goes up, the 30th, not the 31st, not the Monday, but the Sunday it goes up, is the last day of the free trial. So if you're listening to this and you still haven't tried it out, I would say check it out if you can. After that, it goes for retail for $20. And honestly, I think it's worth it. I bought it.
Yeah, I bought it too.
I'm waiting to the last minute, but yeah, I'm gonna buy it on Sunday as well.
Thank you for checking out this week's episode of Patch Notes.
You could find me on Twitter at RAUWRO. I like to talk about video games like everybody else here, of course.
Be sure to follow me at Caesar Towers. Be sure to follow McKenna, our beautiful editor, at PotterPants212. Be sure to like and subscribe to the show on YouTube. Leave a comment. Link tr.ee/patchnotes to find the show everywhere. Be sure to check in next time where we give you your weekly patch notes.